Are thoughts of your boyfriend's ex keeping you up at night? Is there a part of you worried about your boyfriend's ex or threatened by their relationship? Worried that your boyfriend might be settling for you? And when you think of the word settling, what comes to mind? Settling down? Settling for someone? What? When I hear the word settling, I cringe. Because to me, settling in the context of relationships implies a choice to be okay with okay. To settle for mediocrity. To settle for someone who isn't worthy of you. And to rob someone else of the chance to be with someone who's a better fit for them. I have another question for you. Would you ever settle for someone who is settling for you? Would you commit to someone who doesn't see you as the absolute best fit for them? Would you be okay with being someone's second choice for a partner? I doubt it. I think most of us don't want to settle, or for others to settle for us. And most people don't downgrade when they seek a new romantic partner. Most of us, hopefully, are growing into better, more self-aware people with each passing day. Thus, it logically follows that when we seek a new partner, what we really want to do is upgrade, or, in other words, find someone better suited to us. This is not to suggest that the dating pool is a rigid hierarchy of people who are better or worse than each other, but that we're all perfectly flawed individuals who are really good for some people and really bad for others. So why do I bring this up? A reader sent me an email that I've received in different forms from different people many times before. Nora from the US writes, "Hi Zachary. I have somewhat of a juvenile question, but please hear me out. What do you do if your boyfriend's ex is actually better than you? Better looking, more successful, highly intelligent, wealthier, etc. I know, existentially, none of us is more important to humanity than the next person. But let's say, for example, my partner's ex was some beautiful model. Empirically speaking, most people would say she was better looking than me. How could I compete with that? And how could I not be overwhelmed with insecurity about that? Thanks, Nora." Thanks for your letter, Nora. This isn't a juvenile question, it's an important question. If I was a betting man, I would wager a hefty sum that your boyfriend, if he's like most of us, doesn't see his ex as, quote, better than you. Now, your partner's ex might be Jennifer Lawrence or Beyonce or something, but if your partner is in love with you and is like most men in love, you are the apple of his eye. The sugar in his tea, the Yoko to his John, you get the picture. Most of us are very present-oriented when it comes down to it. Let's break this down. How much time per day do you spend contemplating your ex-boyfriends? A few minutes a week, maybe? Or more likely, do you spend more time thinking about your next cup of coffee, or that report that's due on Thursday, or how obnoxious the traffic is today, or trying to remember to bring home a pizza for supper, or how cute and sleepy your boyfriend looked in bed this morning, or... Most of us spend most of our time thinking about the present. Most of us expend most of our mental energy on the things that are important to us right now. Our job, our relationship, our partner, our current triumphs and challenges. Most of us spend most of our time being interested in what's interesting to us right now. With only 24 hours in a day, and 7 or 8 or more of those spent sleeping, most of the time we're so busy and focused on what's going on in the present that we have neither the time nor the inclination to ruminate on what happened a year or 2 or 10 years ago. In all likelihood, Nora, your partner is no different. This is to say, your boyfriend is present, your partner is with you, and your boyfriend's ex probably isn't much of a factor in his life anymore. And if he's like most people in love, he's not just with you, he's really into you. Not his ex-girlfriend, not Jennifer Lawrence, not Beyonce, you. Think about it. When we're in love, we feel like our partner is the sexiest person in the universe. I mean that if I'm in love with you, I want you. Why on earth would I be pining for an ex? I've got you after all. You are what's exciting. You are what's real. What's more, I have never downgraded in my relationships with women. Not once in my life. And I don't know many men who have. Sure, I've had different partners at different stages of my growth and development, and some maybe were better for me than others, But in the end, they were each exactly what I needed at that particular moment in my life. But I don't need them anymore. I need someone who is right for me right now. Because that's who's best for me. That's always who is the best for me. But let's break down your questions, Nora. How do you compete with your partner's ex? You don't. You realize that if your partner is like 99% of people in love, you are the one he's focused on. You don't compete with his ex because you don't have to. You are right for him right now. You are what compels him, what moves his soul, and that automatically makes you the best. Your partner doesn't see you as not as good as his ex, and if he does, why would you waste your energy, your attention, your devotion on someone who doesn't deserve you? Why would you choose someone who isn't choosing you deliberately, decisively, definitively? And how could you not be overwhelmed with insecurity about your partner's ex? Easy. You focus on competing with yourself, not your partner's ex. If there was a class called Overcoming Insecurity 101, the main lesson would be this: always be striving to be slightly better than your previous self. That's personal development in a nutshell, and also one of the main themes in my online course. First, identify exactly what you're insecure about, or what about yourself you'd like to improve. Second, challenge that insecurity. Ask yourself, is it absolutely true? Can I be sure that it's absolutely true? Is it inside my control or outside my control? Am I prepared to make peace with it, or can I work to change it? Then, depending on what you decide, come up with an action plan, commit to it, and then put in the necessary work on yourself. Acknowledging and committing to work on your insecurity isn't about being unduly hard on yourself. It's about aspiring to your best self, always. It's about improving yourself for its own sake, of course, but also for the sake of the people you love. Because if you really care about them, then you know that they deserve a better version of you, too. When you get serious about competing with yourself, your drive to compete with your partner's ex starts to fade away. This is because nothing compares to the satisfaction, the thrill, the rush you get from looking in the mirror and realizing that you're actively moving forward. Realizing that you're a better version of yourself than you were a year, a month, a week ago. And even more exciting, realizing that when it comes to self-improvement, the sky truly is the limit. And I hope you'll pardon the cliche. There is always another plateau to reach, another way to improve, a better version of you that is right around the corner, if you work hard enough. In short, work on yourself, compete with only yourself, invest the necessary time and effort to overcome retroactive jealousy, and your insecurity regarding your boyfriend's ex will take care of itself. Thanks for your letter, Nora. And thank you for watching. If you'd like more information about overcoming retroactive jealousy, please click the link in the description.